This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Fans, Aquaman, Blake's just not listening. What? Jason impersonates Michael Caine.
Some people just want to watch World Buzz.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 220. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
And I'm back.
The Power Bottom is back. And you have a Minnesota Vikings shirt this week.
Yes, I do.
What's your number? Who is that? Is that Thielen?
Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph.
Oh,
Does he still
Cincinnati.
play for the Vikings?
Still plays for the Vikings.
You're lying.
He really does. He really does.
He does, because I'm the Cleveland Browns in a franchise now. Soon to be the Portland Riverhogs.
Yeah.
But I was trying to trade for Kyle Rudolph, and they kept saying no. So I had to trade for David Johnson. So
Talking about sports names and moving. Seattle hockey
Sonic? Oh.
hockey franchise.
The Cobains?
The mayor may have tweeted out a spoiler on their name. They have the new they have the light rail system going from Vancouver to Seattle, and he said this is going to be great with this light rail series, the Canucks versus the Totems.
I like it.
Oh, that's going to cause a lot of problems.
Well, not
Goes back to
necessarily.
the Seattle
hold on.
Totems were a hockey team from the back in the 50s and 60s.
I would have gone. I like the Totems.
Yes, but technically they're not human faces.
Yeah.
Des, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's if you want to lecture, then go ahead and do it.
We're not a history podcast. Wait, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are a history. Unlike those guys at Shot of History, we're actually a history podcast. We research everything.
Or nothing.
Whatever.
One of the two.
We're in between.
We're right
would've
until
taken-
proven wrong.
When do they start? Is that next year?
I believe 2 years.
Is that
but
2 years? I still wish Quebec would have gotten it.
Yeah, they still.
Quebec, I still like to send it back to Hartford.
I would have taken. You know what? Move the Florida Panthers back to Hartford, because you know why? Nobody cares in Florida about hockey.
Oh, yeah, tell that to my cousins.
Okay, besides those three people, no one cares about hockey.
Okay, besides non-native Floridians.
Yes. Are they from Florida?
Yes.
Oh, okay, never
Well,
mind.
no, my cousin actually is from here, but his wife, who is the huge hockey fan, and her children, who are hockey goalies in high school in South Florida. Yeah, they love.
They play hockey down there?
They do.
I'm impressed. I'm just not kidding. I'm impressed that they have high school hockey down there.
How do they avoid the alligators on the ponds?
They freeze them over.
And but they would be kind of bumpy to hit the puck over.
Put
wouldn't they?
enough ice in there or enough water in there before you freeze it over.
Okay,
And they're
okay.
below it.
Gotcha. As long as you're above 7, the alligators aren't going to eat you, so you're okay.
Oh, okay.
So don't go to Disney is what you're saying.
Correct. For many reasons. But, number one, alligators will eat you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing hockey in Canada, all you have to worry about are polar bears. I mean, you don't have to worry about alligators.
Penguins.
Yeah.
There are no penguins in Canada except maybe the zoos.
Well, yeah, but if they get out, they could be ill-tempered.
Everybody knows penguins are native to Pittsburgh.
Champions. Thank you, Stanley Cup champions.
And apparently, according to Jason Sweatshirt, native to Wilkes-Barre.
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Wilkes-Barre, Scranton.
Sorry. Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pittsburgh's jersey or sweatshirt on tonight. So Pittsburgh, I represent you, buddy. Let's see.
No, you're representing
Wilkes-Barre,
Scranton.
Scranton.
Well, yes, but all the shut up. Jim, thanks for the Porgs Pez dispenser this week.
Oh, no problem.
I don't know whether to thank you or curse you.
You don't get milk from it. It's not like a seal that Luke Skywalker's getting.
They didn't have any of the Seal Pez dispensers.
How great if the seal says Pez dispenser would be the whole thing, and then the nipple would be where the Pez comes out. I like that.
Okay, now we've got a business idea.
Yeah. Can we do Shark Tank?
Trademark.
I still think the Alien Pez dispenser is maybe my favorite one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The actual alien from the movie. Yes.
Yes.
And he spits out the Pez from his mouth, his baby mouth.
Yeah, the inside mouth brings out the Pez.
Jim, we'll get right to this here. You weren't here last week, and
No.
Xavier lost.
It's my fault they lost.
Okay. So we got some questions for you here. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. We got, I think, just one, actually. Toughest loss in the tournament. Xavier, UC, Virginia, North Carolina, Michigan State, or Arizona?
I think easily it's Virginia. The 1 seed losing to the 16. And not just losing, just absolutely getting their doors blown off.
20 points was the final, I think.
74 to 54.
They looked horrible.
Not just the number one, not a number one, but the number one.
Getting beat by the 63rd seed.
I would have been fine if Villanova was the number 1 overall seed. I thought they probably deserved it.
I think I had no problem with Virginia being the number 1 overall seed, but they had an injury where their 6th man, their most athletic person, got hurt, and Hunter. But it still has no reason why a 16 seed comes and just rolls you.
Well, Hunter McAllister was actually not injured. They just didn't pay him enough to show up. That was the issue.
But it was.
Oh, Calipari doesn't coach them.
That's true.
But they didn't look well, and the way they play, that slow down way they play, and they limit possessions, and they win a lot of games 60 to 40. But when they got down by 11 or 12, they just didn't have the offense to actually make a run and come back.
Can we say the Labradors of UMBC? Their jerseys look like something you would wear in high school. They look like when they showed up, I was like, "Is this a high school team?" Like even the guys on the team looked young, like they were small.
Well, they are retrievers, not Labradors.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, retrievers, Labrador, whatever, doesn't matter.
They're what, the Chesapeake Bay Retriever?
Yep, the state dog
yes.
of Maryland.
I learned that in trivia a couple weeks ago.
Well, the best part is about UMBC is that so many people were Googling their website, their college website, that it crashed their system.
Doesn't surprise
They
me.
tweeted out, "We will be up and running soon. Thanks everybody for your attention and your awareness of us."
And even better than the actual game was the guy in charge of UMBC basketball Twitter.
Yes.
He was on fire trolling everybody. They went from 5,000 followers to 45,000 followers in 2 hours.
And he was having a blast with it, like, who is this team? And then he would tweet out their college, like what their college synopsis, like everything about them, their mission statement.
And they actually call in the day after they won, they were interviewing the coach, and they're like, Do you see what the guy who's in charge of your Twitter account's doing, what he's saying? Do you want to be associated with that? Because some of the stuff, he's been kind of brutal to people.
Yes. And
he looked over, and in an interview, he said, "Hey, Bill," or whatever his guy's name was, "yeah, keep it up."
Odom, the coach of UMBC, gets paid $250,000, I think, a year. And they said they're working on a new contract for him right now. They said within our confines of payment, like what they can do for that college.
He is the son of Dave Odom?
Yes. Yes. It was fun to watch. My wife and I were watching it, and we turned it off at 16 to 16 to watch something else. And it came, and because my wife's like, it doesn't matter, you know, the number one seeds always pull ahead in the second half because they're deeper, you know, they, you know, start getting used to it. And so we're like, okay, whatever. So we turn it back on, and then we come back, and there's like 10 minutes left, and they're up by 13. I'm like, well, now we're watching this. We got to watch this.
21-21 halftime score, and then a team that averages giving up like 50 points a game gave up 53 points in the second half.
You knew it was going to happen eventually.
It had to, yeah.
I mean, after 135 times, it finally happened. But you knew it was going to eventually happen. That number 16 took down. I just wish it would have been Kentucky, so we could have always mocked Kentucky for being the first to lose.
What gets me now is Kentucky is a 5 seed, is the highest ranked team in their bracket.
And they have a cakewalk, in theory, to that Final Four.
Well, in theory, because
I have the Ramblers taking them down.
You know what? I have no problem with anybody taking them down. I don't care at this point. The other question is, will Chris Mack, the head coach of Xavier, go to Louisville? Why? That's from Doug. That's from number one fan Doug.
Why? Because they'll offer him a ton of money. But from what I heard, Xavier's already in talks of offering a new contract, which would be worth more than $3 million a year, listed. That doesn't include any of the private donations and stuff that as a non-public school that they don't have to list, and so
They don't have to list Bill Murray as part of the deal?
no. But Luke Murray is one of the favorites to get the head coaching job at Loyola, Maryland.
Damn it!
so we might lose Bill.
Yes,
Not as good as Loyola Chicago.
Loyola, Maryland.
So UC loses, Xavier loses,
Ohio State loses.
Ohio State loses, College of Mount St. Joseph doesn't even make the tournament, and now you're losing Bill Murray. This sucks as a Cincinnati sports fan.
I think what's even the biggest loss was the Ohio University Bobcats losing Xavier Simpson when he graduated. He transferred to Michigan.
Jeff, you're an Ohio Bobcat fan. I'm very sorry that your team did not make the tournament this year.
Fan?
Alumni?
Alum, yes.
Okay. I'm very
College
sorry.
sports, woo.
As evident by your 2 last week. Your
All
list
right.
of 2.
When I went to school there, admission to the sporting games was free.
Yeah.
I attended 1 basketball game and 0 football games my entire time there. And the only time I went to 1 basketball game was because it was Sibs weekend and my brother came up to visit, so I had to find something he might be interested in.
What an asshole.
That guy's a dick.
He is. So there you go. There's your NCAA wrap-up. No one cares anymore because Xavier and UC's out. Actually, I don't really care.
Oh, it killed my bracket.
It killed everyone's bracket.
Everyone had Xavier and UC playing in the Final Four?
But everybody on Twitter was like, oh, Virginia just killed my bracket. Everyone's picking Virginia. You're fine. It's not like you picked, an 8-team to win it all. It's okay.
No, I picked Xavier to beat UC in the Final Four.
A lot of people did around here.
Well, I wouldn't have done that if I was in a bracket with people around here, but it was a national bracket thing, and I'm like, nah, nobody else is from around here, so if for some strange reason that happens, I'll look smart.
Okay.
I think
Didn't happen.
I think the second most brutal loss would have been Arizona's.
Yes. Yes.
But they did it on purpose because Sean Miller didn't want to have to vacate any tournament wins this year.
So you might as well lose now.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't,
Allegedly.
And they like Buffalo.
Everybody likes Buffalo.
Well, see, that's the problem. You can't beat the MAC school.
You
in
can't.
the first round.
They never get any respect.
No respect.
Blake, how was your weekend?
I'm still recovering.
Better than Virginia.
Tired.
Okay. Did you go out of town?
No.
Did you drink?
No.
Did you spend a lot of money on Rockstar or whatever that was?
No.
Okay.
Did you move?
Yes.
Ah!
Still in process, man. I got stuff all over the place, and
Are you still in your in-laws' house, though?
no.
Okay, so you're officially out.
I'm out.
So you're sleeping in your own home now.
Sleeping in my own bed
your
in
in-laws-
my own home.
Did your in-laws move in with you?
No.
Okay, just checking. Because that would have been kind of fun.
Yeah.
Do you have your own DVR now?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. I got to set it up still, but I got Wi-Fi. I'm back in the 21st century internet technology.
So now you can use a home phone and your internet at the same time now, so that's a positive.
yes,
That's
it's
a great
very
thing.
nice. You know.
Did you get the Kmart Blue Light special dial up at your in-laws? Is that what it was? Or
No,
AOL?
it's old faithful Cincinnati Bell.
Ah. as Old Faithful.
Yeah, serviced out of India.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore?
No, they are.
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah, they are.
I don't know what you're talking about. Have you ever called them?
No,
The girl's name is Tina, though.
Yeah, it was a tumultuous weekend. We bought the house. We moved in. One of the girls went to Iceland to start training for
How was that?
soccer. It was pretty cool.
tear shed.
Yeah, of course. But exciting. Pretty
Yeah.
good. Pretty exciting adventure there. And I want to pinch the sellers in the face because they hid some damages and all that kind of shit. Until you go through the final walkthrough and you realize when you move the heavy furniture and the heavy stuff, they're like covering shit up.
Was there a load-bearing poster? If The Simpsons taught me
No.
anything, there's load-bearing posters
Check
everywhere.
the posters.
No load-bearing posters.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Did you
No.
knock any walls down and then realize that there was like a body behind it or anything?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Knob and tube wiring.
Yeah, well, that's always good. Did you find a
No.
pit of snakes?
No.
That always freaks me out when you buy a house.
You
There's
know-
snakes living in those
You know what? You're
walls.
right. Things are pretty good.
See, look at that.
I should be pretty happy. I don't have any of those problems.
Okay, is it built on a cemetery?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
Now,
see, you're winning.
if I start digging a pool in the backyard and all these coffins start climbing out, Indian burial ground.
They didn't move the bodies.
Exactly. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm just not going to dig in the backyard. I mean, if I don't dig, there's no problems, right?
Do you have like a privacy fence?
Well, it's
A fence?
called your bathroom. What are you talking
No,
about?
no, in your backyard.
Oh.
Are you private or are you right next to neighbors?
Yeah, there's a privacy fence on my backyard because the back butts up against the school for the Ohio Valley of Voices.
Okay.
The school for the deaf children. It's like the woods behind that school, so
Okay.
there's like this nice buffer, as if they weren't quiet already.
Is it more than 500?
Those kids are so loud. Jesus, they don't even know it.
I was going to beat my joke up. Are you 500 yards away? But okay.
Can somebody please teach me to sign? Shut the hell up!
Sign, stay off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a question on Twitter today. What did you do to go to hell? And Blake just did it. So there you go, dear diary. Blake's answer. Mocking the deaf.
4 years of podcast, and that's the worst thing is sending me to hell? I'm sure there's more than this.
Worsley's probably the worst, yes.
All right, well, if we're going there, I might as well say it. There was a place near where I used to live where they built an assisted living home for the sightless and people hard to see, and they had the biggest fucking spotlight right in front of, like, blinded everybody who drove by, and it's like, really, I don't think they need to see the sign.
Maybe they try to blind everybody to get them to
move
join.
in?
Yeah.
We can never tell if anybody's home because there's no lights on.
Why do you make fun of the Amish? Because they don't know. They'll never know.
They don't listen.
Anyways, we're a history podcast. Let's see. Let's see. Anything? Oh, Stephen Hawking died.
Oh, yes.
Well, we're pretty sure that your awful impersonation killed him because he was a Hobie listener.
Breath of silence. Okay.
I'm sorry, 2 breaths of silence for Stephen Hawking. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That was my breath.
Well, okay. There's another spot for hell for Jason.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't read the article, but I saw the headline that said 2 weeks before Stephen Hawking died, he predicted the death of the universe.
I did do that. Thank you.
Oh, God, shut up.
You know what the best part is? That
you're
nobody sees it because we're not a video podcast. But I actually touched the table with my fingers like I'm typing it.
They can hear you typing the table.
Can they hear me type?
Yes.
Usually that's Blake that's hitting the table. So
Predicting the end of the universe. I mean, isn't it pretty obvious it's going to happen at some point in time?
I think he predicted when, maybe.
No,
Next Saturday.
sure.
Well,
Might as well die now.
Well, I guess Virginia has at least something to look forward to that's not as depressing as their 16th seed overall.
Yeah, no one will win this year, so the tournament will be null and void.
There you
Hey,
go.
hold on a second. Was it tied into the next presidential election in 2020?
You think we're going to get that far?
Before we have a dictator, or
Pretty
we just blow
optimistic.
ourselves up.
I don't think Trump is even capable of destroying the universe.
Thanks, Obama.
There we go.
Obama set it up years in advance.
I always like, Obama did all this to the government. He's setting everything up to fail. He's jet skiing. He doesn't give a shit.
He's going to have his own Netflix.
Yeah.
show.
He's like, I'm going to be a talk show host next. Come on, bitches, let's go. Moving on.
That would
See
be
my
an
Pulitzer
interesting
Prize?
show.
Obama's talk show?
Obama just having people come on his show.
He'll
Kind of
have
like
his-
a Between Two Ferns thing. I could see him
I
doing
could see
that.
that would be
You know,
good.
between two Pulitzer Prizes. The one Pulitzer Prize he got for just running for president.
Hillary still would not be allowed on.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the Pulitzer Prize
Nobel.
or the Nobel Peace
Or
Prize?
Nobel,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, between two Nobels.
Did he get a Pulitzer?
I think he got a Grammy.
For,
Why
for
not?
writing an autobiography before he accomplished anything?
I'm sure they'll give him a prize for something. I think he's got his own Hollywood star now, doesn't he? I don't know.
Now you know you made it if you've got that.
I think Stephen Hawking actually has one too.
Mark Hamill does.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes, he does. Just for
pretty cool.
sucking milk out of a seal's tit.
Blue milk.
Whatever.
Blue milk.
Out of an alien tit. Unfortunately, it was not the alien tit from Total Recall. I did see 3 billboards
Or the blue
outside.
or the blue chick from Jabba the Hutt's den.
She's green. She was
Oh,
green.
green. Sorry. The dancer.
Yes. I did see 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri last night.
Missouri.
What did they say?
They said, you're going to hell.
That's
no.
right.
No. Those are outside
real.
Cincinnati.
Oh, sorry.
And it's only really 2 billboards.
And it says, hell is real.
Hell is real.
We have 2 billboards outside Cincinnati, and it says, hell is real, and something else. I
Oh,
forget
the
what
hell is real? Is that the same ones with the 10 Commandments on them?
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
On the other side,
Is that
Is
what
it?
it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I know there's... Yeah, hell is real, and I know there's one that have the 10 Commandments broken down, and...
And I will say with 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Scab Jeff might have been right. I think I agreed with him on a movie. It was pretty damn good.
So you're saying you have to
Really?
watch La La Land now?
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But it was very well done. Francis McDormand did a great job with it. Sam Rockwell, I keep forgetting. I know he won the Oscar for it, and I forgot he was in it, and he was amazing in it. So if you have not seen it, I would recommend it highly.
So maybe I'll watch that, because this weekend I watched...
Ridiculous Six?
No, The Magnificent Seven.
Oh, sorry. Oh, did you the West or the new one?
Yeah, the new
I saw
one.
that a couple weeks, about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I was hoping for more.
Yeah,
I mean, it was okay. There was nothing wrong with it. It just...
it was
I
there.
suppose it was there. It felt kind of like they didn't really... They had all these characters that they didn't explore at all. I mean, it was... Maybe you got a little bit of Denzel's background, maybe a little bit
At
of...
the very end.
Yeah, at the very end. And a little bit of Ethan Hawke's background. None of the other characters you knew really anything about, or their motivations, or why they're there.
Did you think the villain in it was very lackluster? Like, he was okay. Like, he
Yeah.
did a good job.
Peter Sarsgaard.
Yeah, but there was no, like, real motivation. Like, he was in 3 scenes. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he had I thought his villain role in Green Lantern was more fleshed out.
Wow. And then, after I watched that, then I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Is that the live action one?
Yeah.
Michael Bay's second
The
one?
second one, yeah.
How was that?
For a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, it's pretty good.
How was Rocksteady and Bebop?
Well, I never liked Rocksteady or Bebop in anything they were in. They're stupid and annoying, and so they were perfectly stupid and annoying.
Sheamus, the wrestler,
Yeah.
WWE wrestler, was Bebop?
Rocksteady.
Was Baxter in it? The Fly?
Yes.
Did he turn into? Did Tyler
No.
Perry turn into the Fly?
He did not turn into that. He was just a bad scientist helping Shredder.
Was he dressed as Medea?
No.
Oh, so he was somewhat tolerable.
No, he's actually pretty
Okay.
bad. He was actually pretty bad.
Okay. Was
He-
Kevin Nash in it as Super Shredder?
No.
Oh, That would have made it.
No, but but Tyler Perry's acting on that was pretty bad. He was like a bad actor trying to play an overly geeky person, like worse than Urkel.
Worse than Megan Fox trying to be cool.
Well, Megan Fox is always cool.
Mm-hmm. Did you see her toe thumbs?
No, they kept them off screen.
Oh, got toe thumbs.
I would say Tyler Perry was actually enjoyed his acting and his character in Gone Girl.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Oh, I'm not saying he's bad in everything, but he was just bad in that.
He's bad in a lot of
I
movies.
mean, I would rather see him in things that are not Medea movies.
Well, you say that, but then did you see Alex Cross? Because that was not good. Him playing Alex Cross was
You
not
say
good.
that, but then did you see Boo 2?
Boo!
That was bad.
Not as good. Well, how can you top the original? The original Boo was awesome.
Yeah, I thought his role in Get Out was pretty stereotypical.
I don't think he was in Get Out, was he?
Yeah, wasn't he the cop?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see Get Out. Oh. Ruined it! Spoiler!
Spoiler alert.
Did they get out?
No.
Oh. Sequel, get in. Let's see. We had a Twitter poll of the week. Find us on Bad Ideas Podcast. Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. And We Be Geeks, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central every Friday. iTunes, Spotify, all of those guys. Google Play.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio until they go bankrupt. We're rooting for you.
Bankrupt.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, we're rooting for them to stay in. And then also, we're on Stitcher and Tangent Bound Network. Check us out. Nerdly.co.uk for you British listeners. G'day, mate. No one else? No?
Danger.
Danger Entertainment. I was wondering if anybody else was doing a British thing. Anyways.
Oh, you want us to do the British thing?
No, forget it now. The moment's passed.
Hello, governor.
Okay. What is your favorite 1980s television sitcom? You go to Bad Ideas Podcast and vote every week on the Twitter poll of the week. We had Cheers.
But you can only vote for 4.
Yeah, you only can put 4 up there, yes. Cheers, Family Ties, Newhart, and Night Court. So,
Not even none of the above.
well, I might do a tournament. Here, tell me if you heard this before.
Yeah, when we finish the Disney tournament, we can start a new
I still have all the
tournament.
winners in that, so it's getting there. Anyways, so we have Cheers, Family Ties, Newhart, and Night Court. This was neck and neck. It kept going back and forth for a while, and we had an official number. Out of all 4 of them, winning 31% to 30%, Night Court beat Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Anyone else?
In
Blake,
the 80s, I liked them both.
Yeah.
They're both a little bit dated and hard to watch now.
I was going to say, on all these things listed, are any of these not dated? I think Newhart probably survives the best out of them.
Yeah, I think
And
Newhart.
probably because I think that was the latest one to.
That was in
start.
the bed and breakfast hotel.
Yeah.
Up in Vermont for people that aren't familiar with it.
With Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Yes. And the Stephanie was the daughter. Stephanie.
No,
she wasn't
No.
a
she wasn't
daughter.
the daughter. She was the
The maid.
Oh, that's right. Who was the daughter?
There wasn't a daughter.
Stephanie was played by Julia Duffy.
Yeah.
I thought Stephanie was the daughter. That is right. She
no,
is
they didn't. They didn't have any children.
Her
in
husband
Okay.
was what, Peter Scolari.
Yeah, boyfriend, and then eventually they got married.
So and then Family Ties. Oh, I'm sorry. New York was 22%, and Family Ties was 17%.
You see Night Court, Marky Post.
Marky Post.
Selma Diamond.
Selma Diamond.
Yeah.
Bull. Richard.
Mall.
I was going to say Carnes. Thank you. John Larroquette was funny in it.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, John Larroquette was the best part of it.
Blake, what was your favorite back then?
It would have to be a throw between Cheers or Night Court. It exactly matches my 31-30.
Okay. I was not a fan of Night Court, but I did like Cheers and Newhart a lot. Family Ties was okay.
Newhart was okay.
No, I watched all of them. So
I watched all, and Cheers was by far my favorite.
Yeah, I always liked Alex P. Keaton,
Yeah.
Family
We've
Ties.
been together
But-
for a million years.
The whole thing about Newhart, I did like. This was his second sitcom. In the 80s, it was the second.
Be
Yes.
together
And isn't that
for
the
a
one that has the
million
finale where he wakes up
Yes.
And he's back in the first one.
and he's
Yes.
back in his first sitcom that was pre-Newhart, and
The
it was
whole
like
thing-
the whole Newhart was a
It was a
Dream.
dream.
Yeah, that was the Bob Newhart show.
The
was
Bob
his
Newhart
original.
show. Yeah.
Spoilers 35 years later. Be careful, Blake. Be careful.
And then,
Sorry.
well, he did the Bob Newhart show, and then he wanted to do Newhart, And then after that left, he went on and did Bob.
As a comic book artist.
But that one didn't last but a season.
Nah, that was a couple seasons.
2 seasons,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to force you to
Yeah,
watch
like the
it.
Watchdog, or I forget what his superhero was. I forget what it
I
was.
don't remember.
I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't. I'm sure if I watched it now, it would be bad. But no, question though. I was thinking about this the other day. So Cheers, Family Ties, Newhart, Night Court. Most of them, if not all of them, were filmed in front of a studio audience, live studio audience.
Okay.
Do sitcoms do that anymore?
Some do. Big Bang Theory does.
Do they? Okay. I was just wondering because The Office obviously did, and a lot
Of the
multi-camera.
any of the ones where they talk straight to the camera,
Yeah.
those aren't. The multi cameras are probably in front of the studio audience. The single cameras,
The single
probably
camera,
aren't.
yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering because you don't see that because at the beginning of every Cheers episode, filmed before a live studio audience.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering. Now
Yeah,
you,
they don't actually say it like they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but like Happy Days, like because anytime Fonzie walked on, hey!
Well, they did that with Kramer and Seinfeld in
Yeah.
the 3rd season, I think, and they basically came out before the audience, before
Yeah.
the show started, the recordings, and they said, "Don't do that. We're
don't-
not clapping."
Yeah, don't cheer when Kramer comes on screen.
Yeah,
You're
the worst
ruining our
character.
timing because we have to wait and wait and wait for you to finish clapping before you can deliver lines.
And he's still the worst character of all
yeah,
4.
Kramer was not.
Yes.
He's tolerable the more I watch it, and I like him in parts.
There were parts I liked when he had his intern. That was a
That
good one.
intern. One day we'll get that rooster. Or
But
chicken.
the best episode was the Chinese restaurant episode, and Kramer wasn't in it.
Yes. In the
With
second.
Donna Chang.
No. That was later. There was a second or third season where George was not in it, and he went to the writers and said, "If you ever fucking do this again, I will walk."
So did we read the same article this week?
We might have. That was
same
kind of
mystical-
interesting. Yeah, that was kind of interesting about that.
He said, if you're going to write another episode without me in it, then you can make them all that way.
Yes, and they never did again. They do work better all 4.
Yeah. Well, you got to have something to do, even if you're not the main storyline. You got to be there.
Was Sports Night filmed in front of a live studio audience?
No.
They had a laugh track in the
They
first season,
added a laugh track.
which was horrible.
And, so much better when they got rid of the laugh track.
Yes. And the worst is like towards the end of the first season, there was like a little bit of a laugh track like once every 10 minutes. And you're like, what the fuck was that? It's like, why don't we just cancel it?
Is Game of Thrones filmed in front of a live studio audience?
Yes.
Okay.
Only 8,700 audience members have died, so it's okay. Family Guy is too, just to let you know. Blake, let's do some listener feedback.
Now it's time for our bomb listener feedback.
Who's our sponsor this week?
Brought to you by Gone Lawyer Legal Law Practice. Gone Gag Order Nullifying Experts. Specifically for you ladies whose gags have been keeping you from making money.
What we got?
Sleeping with billionaires, millionaires, or soon to be leaders of
The free world?
the free world.
Are we really that free
Why
anymore?
let gag? Well, why let your gag hold you back from making more money?
Powerbomb, you like your gag, don't you? Nothing. Move on. Okay.
The problem is when you have a gag order, you got to sign it to make it valid.
Moving on down the hall. Okay. What do we got this week?
Yeah, he sounds like he's worked for the Gone Lawyer Legal Law Practice.
He has. Good job, Jeff.
We start off with our first question from Doug,
Number 1 fan.
8 pounds.
formerly known as.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
He says, why does Jim look like Jimmy Riggins?
No.
Oh, wait, sorry. Why did Alfred E. Newman go from looking like Jim to looking like Rick Astley?
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Simple reason, because he could.
What?
Wouldn't you?
No! If I was Rick Astley, I've seen Rick Astley lately. I would go to Jim. And that's a
you.
tough call. Sorry, Jim. Yeah, Jim, yeah.
Rick Astley's adorable.
In 1989,
Well, that's what he looks like, a 1989 Rick Astley.
for every millennial that's listening to us, they're going, what the fuck is Alfred E. Newman and what the fuck is Rick
They
Astley?
know Rick Astley because they've been Rickrolled.
Never going to give you up.
Let Me Worry.
Is Mad Magazine relevant anymore?
It doesn't exist, does it?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Oh.
Yes, it does. It's a satire magazine
What?
for the lowest common denominator. It used to be funny, like for teenagers and that. And I enjoyed it. I always was a Cracked fan more so, though.
Oh, man, it was better than Cracked.
No.
Yeah.
But Alfred E. Newman goes from an odd shape to like a suit and everything else. They don't know if it's an April Fool's joke either, though, because it does come out on April 1st. So there you go.
The joke is it won't come out.
Ah! But he's in a business suit, and he kind of looks like he should be on Riverdale, to be honest with you.
And that's not a good thing.
Yes, it is. So, Blake, did you used to read Mad Magazine?
All the time.
Okay. Do you think there's a place for it now?
In
Think anybody
memes.
cares?
In memes. It should be just a meme
Meme magazine?
Cracked Magazine went to online. When,
Well, everybody's done Mad Libs, right?
I don't think it's the same thing.
No.
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 Oh, darn.
Mad also had the back page where you pulled
folded it.
You fold it in half.
the picture together
That
and
was
made a
pretty
better
cool.
picture.
It
Yeah.
always started with Spy versus Spy.
Oh, Spy vs. Spy was great. Great
Yeah.
Commodore 64 game.
I always liked their movie parodies they did.
Movie parodies are always pretty funny.
Their political stuff was never that great.
Who was it? Al Jaffe?
Maybe I didn't even
Yeah, Al
get
Jaffe.
political stuff because, when I was a kid, I didn't care about the politics going on.
Do you care now?
Not really.
Okay, there you go.
When I start carrying, it just makes me angry, so I stop carrying.
That's your secret power. You're always angry. Yes, so hopefully they go back to looking like Jim next month. Jim, I'm with you.
Thank you.
I stand united with
Go
you.
back to looking like a perverty howdy doody.
Yes. But still sexy.
You know what that sigh means.
Big Dev the Psy Guy.
Dev.
Yes, Dev, coming from Ohio's Hat, said, why didn't Disney get Hayden Christensen to force Ghosted up in The Last Jedi as well? Hashtag everybody loves Annie.
Because they're waiting for the next movie to do that.
Too expensive. Their budget was already maxed out, and they couldn't spend that $1.99 to get Hayden Christensen's image.
He was too busy filming Jumper 2, so he couldn't be there. So that was the big thing. Remember when Hayden Christensen was supposed to be the next big thing?
No?
No, me neither. No. Scott Speedman's on speed dial number 7 over there. Hey guys, what about
We
me?
should try reaching out to Scott Speedman and getting him on our show.
I don't think it's going to be that difficult.
I don't think he's got anything else going on.
No. Did you see Macaulay Culkin challenge Rusev at WrestleMania? Rusev is upset because he's one of the most over wrestlers, and
One of the most what?
over wrestlers, like fans love him.
Oh,
It means
okay.
being over. And
I thought you meant we're over him.
No. And he has no plan. They have no plans for him for WrestleMania. So he tweeted out, "Hey, any celebrity want to wrestle me?" Macaulay Culkin called him out.
All right.
I would pay to see that.
Unlike The Undertaker, who wouldn't call out
Oh, my
John
God.
Cena, wouldn't give Cena an answer.
Can we please stop this? Stop it.
I was confused, though, because I
Yes.
watched a little bit of Monday Night Raw.
Delete.
Kane came out
Yes.
and chokeslammed him. Mm-hmm. When did Kane get hair again?
The wig department showed up. It was pretty good. I'm upset with Kane because he's obviously not going to get John Cena's vote for his next election. You chokeslam somebody, you're not getting their vote.
And he's probably not going to get the John Cena fans' votes.
They're kind of fickle. And I think they're not voting age, so they're okay.
Good point.
Nobody in Tennessee is rooting for John Cena.
No. Nobody in Tennessee is really voting either, so it's okay.
Apparently, they are voting because they don't let people from out of state buy beer on those days.
That's true. Indiana's getting there. They're going to let people buy beer on Sunday.
Oh boy.
But you still can't get it cold at the grocery store.
Yeah, it's got to be warm, isn't it?
Wait, they voted that down. You can't buy beer on Election Day in Tennessee.
Yeah, we went down there to Tennessee one time for the weekend. We got down there, went to the grocery
Yes.
store, loaded up our cart with beer.
Yes, and I remember that. But the ballot issue was to allow drinking they were voting to repeal that law.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
I think it failed.
We didn't get to buy beer that day on election day.
Well, no,
in
that was
Tennessee.
that day they couldn't, but
Yes.
that was actually on the ballot for that year.
The thing
was
that-
to repeal that law.
I think the thing that confused me was it was on a Thursday.
And what
Who
really-
has elections on Thursdays?
What really-
They're always Tuesdays.
What really sucked was it was a 4-day election day, so we didn't buy beer all weekend. We were screwed.
Well, it's on Thursday because they do things slower in the South.
They were still using the paper ballots from their house.
I trust those more than the electronic ones.
Down the hall.
Except for those hanging chads. If you're going to punch a chad, you better make sure it goes all the way through.
Fucking Chad. God, hate that guy.
What'd Chad ever do to you?
He just hangs around, doesn't do anything. Make a decision, Chad. What is this, Blake?
This is time for
Blake's doorbell music.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's time for
Fortunately, his neighbors can't hear it.
Nick Albright. He says Jeffer shot.
Are you reading the same thing I'm reading?
Oh, this is next week's. He switched a new one
And
here. There we go. There you go. There you. No, keep going. It's right there. It's right there.
All right, hold on.
Should we start over?
Here we go. Are
Yes.
you ready?
No, seriously.
Okay,
should I start
cue the
over?
music, blah, blah, blah. Nick Albright. Everybody breathe. Jason.
Oh yeah.
These last 2 weeks, it becomes apparent that Jeff and Blake
Together.
cannot exist peacefully in the same universe.
We took 220 episodes.
One must die.
Ooh.
Who do you
Yeah.
BTK? Find, torture, kill.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Why them? How do you kill? And how do we know you choose Jeff?
Hey, wait a minute. He won't choose me.
Well, just physically and health-wise, I feel like Blake's going to last longer than Jeff. And, you know, we need the podcast to keep going. So I'm going to say I'm killing Jeff.
Oh man.
Because Blake's going to last longer. But Blake might get bored with it quicker. So that's a tough call. We're now screwed here. Of course, he's pot committees 4 years.
Well, he asked, "How would you kill me then?"
But Jeff shows up to the expo.
Yeah, but I do have hula hoop. I have mad hula hoop skills.
And he Blake did introduce me to Remy LaCroix.
That's right.
Well, yeah, this is an obvious choice. I killed Jim. So, so I killed Jim by drawing and quartering him.
Wow.
It's
You're
nothing
evil.
against Jim. I
Damn.
really like Jim. I've known him for 12 or 20 years almost. But I've never seen a man get drawn and quartered. And damn it, I want to see a man get drawn and quartered in my life.
I sure hope you can't find any horses.
Oh no, they're miniature horses. Oh, it's going to be
Ponies.
It's going to be
Take a
painful.
while.
And if it is
Sebastian.
a zombie apocalypse into the world, at least he won't be able to chase you down
That's true.
after being drawn and quartered.
I feel like with the little pony, the little horses, the miniature horses, it's just going to feel like a really good massage, Jim. But you know what? That's the one. I'm drawing.
Oh, my
drawing
shoulder feels better now.
Thanks, guys. Guys, can you let me go? Nope.
Hey, don't take me down off this rack. My back feels great.
So I'm drawing quartering Jim.
With Shetland ponies.
Yes. I don't know what to do after that. So does the world universe fold in on itself because it didn't kill Jeff or Blake?
Probably.
See, I don't think it does because Nick is the one that came up with these scenarios, and all of a sudden it's evident we can't get along. Where
Yes.
we only didn't get along because Nick started this.
I don't know. I've seen you and Blake talk politics off air. I don't think you guys do get along with that stuff.
Obviously-
lost.
Obviously, the right answer is to kill Nick.
Oh,
so that we don't have to deal with these questions.
Yeah, wait a
anymore.
minute. What's that evil little clown that makes people kill each other?
Nick the Gimp?
Jigsaw.
No. Jigsaw. Is Nick Jigsaw?
He might be Jigsaw. He's actually been laying under our table for the last 12 episodes. You thought I just killed a man and buried him here.
So is that
I
his
haven't
new
been
nickname?
wearing pants.
So that's Nick's new nickname, Jigsaw.
Okay, I like it. Jigsaw it is. See, Nick, we gave you a nickname. We can do that. You can't give yourself a nickname, but we gave you one.
Yes.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
Now, do I have the next correct one from Chad Rose?
Yes, you're fine then.
Thank you.
Don't punch him.
All right,
I like
Chad.
this, Chad.
So we're going back and editing all that stuff out?
No,
Is that?
no. What's editing?
See?
You're funny.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to put that in, right? No, not at all.
What else we got from Chad Rose?
From Hanging Chad Rose. He says, when voting... Oh, no, hold on. When drinking a craft beer, what are you looking for?
For it not to taste like grass.
I'm looking for good taste, which usually means not incredibly hoppy.
Okay.
I agree. Fuck IPAs.
I'm more of a wheat fan. I like the wheat ale.
love
Wheats are good.
Wheats are probably my faves.
Saison.
Saisons are good.
Lager.
Lagers.
Pilsners.
I don't like the dark beers.
And in the summer, I'll do shandies.
See, you
That's
think
what she
dark
said.
beer. I think you don't like thick beer.
That might be it. That's surprisingly, I like my men unlike I like my beer. I like thick men, so it's okay.
Dark thick men.
No, well, yeah.
Cherry stout thick men.
We're supposed to get 4 inches of snow tomorrow. I'm hoping to get 8 inches.
That's not
Moving on.
dark.
No, I guess not.
Snow is white. Pure white.
That's down the hall, the KKK
Oh.
podcast. Anyways, moving on. Yes, so thanks, Chad, for doing a
Yes.
social commentary.
Don't let her answers, dissuade you from asking future questions.
So hanging Chad Rose. So we got 2 nicknames already. So you get a nickname. You get a nickname.
Yeah.
Can we give Des Hassing a nickname?
He's the most educated listener.
He gets a nickname. He's like Rodney Dangerfield and Back to School.
That's right.
That's also when he's going to be done with school when he's 80.
But
right.
bump.
Let's see what's Des Hassing got.
Des, most educated listener from the left coast, says, why are all the shows on Amazon Prime super depressing? Is it a conspiracy to compel us to buy consumer goods? Like more Amazon Prime? Should I break out my tinfoil hat to watch? #TinStar.
You should always break out your tinfoil hat because those are cute. But I think they make super depressing shows because super depressing is what wins awards. And Amazon wants to win awards.
They do. They do. I was going to say, no, they have the Joel McHale show. That's Netflix.
Yeah, that's Netflix.
Never mind.
Then we
And
got...
I'm sorry, the Joel McHale show is super depressing because you watch clips of these things that are still being aired on television.
Talk
You're
to
like,
bitch.
why?
Yeah, but at least he makes fun of it.
Yeah, I know, but then
You know,
you
like
have
the
to
deservedly so.
But you have to watch the clips from these terrible shows. Half the times they
True.
feature the name that should never be uttered.
Oh my gosh. The name of the family that should never be uttered?
Yes.
Adorable, or whatever her name
No,
is.
not
No.
Donna Adorable.
Oh, Donna Adorable.
Don Adorable.
Donna
Adorable.
whatever. There is a show that he always highlights on his show, Joel McHale, and it's something about that they're musicians, or in quotations or something, or they're musicians' wives. What the fuck channels are these on?
Bravo.
Is that what it is?
ETV.
Okay.
Things I don't watch.
So I don't have those channels, thank God.
Women's Entertainment Network.
Like he had to think about like Vanderpump Rules. He had the girl on from that who was releasing a new album where she wanted to spread her legs and and shine. And then what they didn't show on that show is the producer was kind of like, do you mean your wings? She's like, yeah, what did I say?
This is our world, people. This is our world.
Well, maybe she had a date with Weinstein that night. Who knows?
Aw.
Oh.
Can we,
Yeah, Des, don't let our answers dissuade you from asking future questions.
what is the Vanderpump Rules? What is that show?
It's
What are in theory are they famous for?
Vanderpump. Was that a movie?
Lisa
That's
Vanderpump.
Van Wilder.
Oh, I'm thinking of Cider House Rules.
That's less depressing than watching the Vanderpump.
Vanderpump Rules.
Give me abortions all day long, not those Vanderpumps.
We should abort the Vanderpump.
Too late.
Lisa Vanderpump is
I got it back.
from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
Oh, of course, it's a fucking Real Housewife.
and she has two restaurants, Pump and Sir, that they have like all the people that work there want to be models and actors and actresses, and so they're waiting tables and bartending, and it's.
Jim, are you still waiting for your big break in Cincinnati?
Yes. So they all get drunk, sleep with each other, and fight.
At the same time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or within 5 minutes of each other.
So if you wait, hold on. There's sort of like a bartender / actor, waitress / actor, cook / actor,
Not really. They don't really deal with the kitchen
model /
staff, 'cause they're all
actor
Mexicans.
/ yeah, model
They're the ones
/
actually who are making the good food. While you got these assholes outside waitering tables.
They are some of the worst people on the planet. There were like zero redeeming qualities from these people, but they're on television.
glad I asked.
I'm not. I'm a little disappointed now that I know more about it.
I seriously have no idea what these fuckers did, and I kept seeing Joel McHare talk about them. I'm like, what is this show? What channel is it on?
It's I think
I'm guessing Bravo.
It's on
if they
Bravo.
spun
Okay.
off of the Housewives.
So I was working from home last week.
Bravo, which was the home of the Arts and Entertainment Network, or what it used to be.
that was A&E.
That was
oh,
A&E.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
Bravo
they still
Arts.
exist.
Yeah.
Now they have lizard towing and all that stuff.
You know, forget about this highbrow art and music. Let's just go to Vanderpump shit.
Well, I was working from home, and I have the TV on when I work from home just for noise. And I didn't realize it, but I ended up going through 2 episodes of the brand new 16 and Pregnant on MTV. And then it went into Young and Pregnant. They were like 21.
You don't have like any good cable stations, and you have MTV.
Well, hold on. He's Amazon Prime.
No, I have cable. I have
This
some
is
cable.
depressing. Oh, no.
No, yes. So, and let me tell you, I used to like 16 and Pregnant. Not so much anymore. It's kind of depressing.
So what do you think of Farrah Abraham?
Oh, she's a bitch.
She is worse than anybody on Vanderpump.
So it gets Farrah Abraham Vanderpumps, and then the family we shall not name.
I think a couple people on Vanderpump are better than the family we should not name.
Okay.
But Farrah Abraham is the bottom feeder.
At least they work on Vanderpump out of restaurants.
Well, half the time they show up late.
Well,
And hungover or still drunk.
it's like this podcast. Anyways, there's your Des. I hope you appreciate our Vanderpump synopsis there for
He
you.
has Amazon Prime, and he got Bravo.
So next week, ask about Bravo, and we'll talk Amazon. We'll talk Longmire. Is that Netflix?
That's Netflix.
Oh, never mind.
Which is good. The last season came out a couple months ago. Longmire's good.
Man in High Castle. I think we'll be talking about that
We'll be-
later. That we'll get to a Amazon Prime show.
Oh, is that the Man in the Canoe?
Didn't they make Stomp or that one musical thing for like $100 million that failed? Amazon did.
Sure.
It wasn't Stomp. It was something. Some musical. It was like,
Flash.
sure.
Smash. Boom.
I don't know. What's that one musical that's on NBC now? Rise? Oh my God! Did you see previews for
Ted
that?
Mosby's in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's all I saw was previews for it.
yeah. That's enough of that. Oh my God.
Oh, could be good.
All right. So if you think we've hit a new low in listener feedback, we are given an opportunity to redeem ourselves, raise our IQs, and sound somewhat vershrunken.
We'll fail.
I did tell the nerdy bitches that we are going to really go deep into this, and I feel like we're going to disappoint really easily.
I don't know, based on the last 3 questions.
Anyways, moving on.
That's what we do. We leave them disappointed.
And wanting more. That answer could have been so much more. I have to listen next week. Nerdy Bitches from Nerdy Bitches Podcast.
Yes.
Says Kenny. a cat, Sean Bean, Forrest Whitaker, generic sorority girl, and red shirt guy are all in a bunker at the end of the world. Are they Schrodinger's people? Are they dead or alive? Or are they both dead and alive? Discuss the quantum superposition.
Before we discuss it, this is one of my favorite questions somebody's ever asked on this.
I really didn't get it at first because I was like, Kenny, Sean Bean, did Forrest Whitaker die a lot? Generic sorority girl and red shirt guy. I'm like, what? Red shirt freshman? I'm like,
No, not the
that doesn't make
sports term
sense.
red shirt. The Star Trek term red shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does a
people
cat
who-
die often?
Schrodinger's cat?
Oh,
The whole basis of the whole question?
Okay,
Yes.
now I got it. Sorry.
They have 9 lives, Jason.
No, they don't. I saw Halle Berry. She is not.
You don't need 9 lives when you're alive but yet dead at the same time.
So, what's your answer? Are they all dead or alive?
Oh, they're all alive.
Are they both dead and alive?
They're all alive. But if you open that door and they're dead, you killed them.
Okay.
Correct.
So they're fine as long as they're
Is that
contained.
What, the bunker is keeping them alive?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
But
I like that.
But when the world ends and someone opens the door, that's when they die?
They're alive when we put them in there. If you open it, they're dead. You're the one who killed them.
So,
hold on.
I disagree with your way of thinking.
Well, hold on.
Then you're wrong.
Are they listening to History of Bad Ideas podcast?
Oh, that makes me
so
They didn't even make it through listener feedback.
neither do we. 6 hours later.
We're only 55 minutes in.
Oh dear God. Let me ask you this: so Kenny, a cat, Sean Bean, Forrest Whitaker, generic sorority girl,
Sorority girl?
You know, the first person to always die in horror movies.
yeah, and red shirt guy. Who dies
Star
first
Trek.
out of all of them? Let's do it in order. Who dies first?
Star Trek guy.
I know.
Red shirt guy.
Generic sorority girl dies first.
No.
Because she's having sex and gets killed.
Yes.
Well, if it's a horror movie, though, the black guy has to die first.
He's not in here.
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker.
You know, Sean Bean lasts until the end.
Sean Bean will last, and he'll
That's right.
die in some epic, fantastic way. Probably saving
Correct.
whoever's left.
The cat.
The cat.
Cat.
Saving the cat.
And Kenny's dead before that, usually. But no, Kenny's usually survived through about 3/4 of the whole episode.
It depends. Is he
Also,
trying
yeah.
to put up Christmas lights around a electric outlet socket?
Yeah.
The full of hanging
true.
over a shark tank.
The one episode the first episode he lived.
I'm going sorority girl. Forrest Whitaker, sorority girl.
Sorority girl and red shirt guy will be killed at the same time.
No, I think Sean Bean, a red shirt guy, fetch a plan for them to survive and get out, and red shirt guy dies just like gets shot with an arrow or something. I don't know.
Message for you.
And then Sean Bean, like a meteor falls on him, and as he's crawling off of that, then an ATV runs over him or something.
Speaking of arrow going through somebody, did everybody see the thing on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas, that the Monty Python recut as a drama?
Yeah.
That was well done. I enjoyed it. So I hope we answered your question, Nerdy Bitches. You can check them out at Nerdy Bitches Podcast. They're a fun little show. Not little, actually. They're a pretty good-sized podcast there. So
with huge tracts of land.
stop it. No, we like Nerdy Bitches, so we appreciate that. We would like more intelligent questions like that from them. Not anyone else, just from them we want intelligent questions.
And we'll screw those up.
Yes. Blake, wrap us up on listener feedback.
Oh, we always wrap up with Professor Number One.
Suck it.
Dr. Number One.
Yes.
If DC wanted to ride Black Panther's coattail, do they have a decent African American superhero other than Cyborg?
Black Lightning. Jinx. You can find my reviews on nerdly.co.uk. Yes, Black Lightning is a great show. I really am loving it.
Yeah, but does it
For
match,
a movie?
Yeah, will it match Black Panther?
Why ride on the coattails? Why not go in a new direction and do like maybe a Native American and have Apache Chief?
A neck choke.
Never should Apache Chief be seen again. Unless you're in Family Guy.
What about Samurai?
No. Oh my God, Samurai might be the most offensive character ever. Dear God.
Do they have an Eskimo superhero? Do they have a Nanook?
Enoch. My God. Every time Apache Chief says Enoch Chuck, he shows up.
I didn't say Nanook. I said a Nook jump.
Nanook.
Samurai looked like Genghis Khan, and it was the most horrible thing ever.
But he could turn invisible
And
or
what made
into
it-
the wind.
And what made it worse is they made a superpowers action figure out of him. No, stop it.
Of course they did. They made one out of everybody from
Not
the,
Apache Chief.
They didn't never made
No,
an
Apache Chief. I was very upset by that. Very upset by that.
Why? You didn't want to see him ever again. Why are you upset?
Well, that's true. I did it.
You know, it's almost kind of like the opposite of Hulk. When Apache Chief got bigger, his loincloth got big too.
His clothes grew with him.
Because they're made from, like,
And how come
Animal
Hulk's
skin.
pants never came off either when he got big? When he turned into
Because there was a
the
comic
Hulk?
book code.
because it was actually steroidal, and those just shrank.
Oh, I see. That's how it works.
I have raisins for balls.
And Jason's not kidding when he said that.
Oh, my wife has mine. They're in her purse. She puts them on top of the rear view mirror sometimes. I like to jiggle them.
Those aren't dice.
We did spray paint them.
Tiny surgery. I'd like to take his face off. Yes.
Face Off, Jeff. What is Face Off?
Face Off is when someone gives us 2 or more factions to pit head to head or head to head, depending, and we decide who would come out on top.
Yes. Never Jim. He's the power bottom.
No, always bottom.
Always bottom. So what do we got from Dev?
Dev wants to say we want to pit Episode 2 Anakin Skywalker versus Episode 5 Luke Skywalker in Face Off.
Okay.
Is this a trick question?
No.
I don't think so.
It's which one is whinier too?
No, honestly, Episode 4 Luke Skywalker is much whinier.
Oh,
That's true.
Episode 4 is the whiniest Luke.
But and probably Episode 1 is the whiniest Anakin, to be honest with you.
No, I think Episode 2 is.
Oh.
3 he's pretty whiny in too.
I don't like sand.
But anyway, are we are they in a whiny battle or are we talking
Lightsaber
about-
battle. Lightsaber.
I imagine it's they're both starting their
Training.
training.
Yeah.
This is where they both of them kind of start.
Episode 2 Anakin will beat Episode 5 Luke.
I agree. Anakin's had more training even in that time period than Luke did. Luke had the Green Lantern School of Training. I'm here for 20 minutes. I'm a master now. Time to go.
And it was Episode 2 Anakin also, decided to slaughter an entire race of people.
It's true.
And Luke Skywalker could barely even handle, one person, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a montage.
He didn't.
You mean handle Anakin Skywalker himself?
Yeah. And Anakin Skywalker, who isn't as powerful as he was then because he needs machines to live. So
He's probably more strong in the Force at that time.
Yeah, but at the end, Darth Vader needed a walker to get up the steps in Episode 6. I really don't think he was like going around the local grocery store shopping with a little scooter.
yeah, he had the cart mart going.
Yeah, he had a little beep.
No, he wasn't fat or trashy enough to ride around in a Mark car.
Then you hand me the Uncle Ben's rice. I like it over my coconut milk.
I don't think Darth Vader would eat Uncle Ben's.
He might.
He hates Ben Kenobi. I don't
Oh, that's
think
true.
he-
That is true. I never thought of that. I mean, yes, I did.
He's more minute rice.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
You know what I'm kind of disappointed in with all the technology and the droids and the robots and stuff? How come through the Death Star they didn't have like those big motorized scooters that they drive old people through the airports in.
Or
Like, beep, beep, Emperor coming through, get out of the way!
Or it could have been the Star Trek thing where the guy's head, what was that? It was, the whole thing was a box that he was riding in, the original.
Or just the chairs from Wall-E.
Yeah.
That could work too.
I'm depressed that there was no Segways in this.
They said on Good Morning America 20 years ago they were taking over.
There's Segways in Cloud City. Why don't Lucasfilm go back and add some Segways in it? The guys with the wraparound computers around the back
Lobot
of the
on a Segway.
Can we put Paul Blart in the background too?
I can't wait to the re-release.
What did you change, George? I just put segues in.
I had characters on Segways.
I saw a 20-year-old video on Good Morning America. They said they're the future.
I was listening to a podcast that Annalise recommended to me. And they said, why aren't there Segways on Cloud City?
That's a good idea. Make it happen.
And then Annalise apologized.
Did you see Steven Spielberg did state that he does apologize for putting walkie-talkies in instead of guns, leaving the guns in E.T.
Well, he realized it was a bad idea.
He said he will never retouch up a classic. It's
After he made me watch that stupid movie.
You did have to preview that.
I did.
I wasn't there, thank God.
There's no guns, and what's going to go pew pew pew? Pew pew pew.
I don't think I've seen E.T. for decades.
You don't miss
and I
much.
probably it's on purpose.
If you liked it, keep the liking of it in your memory because.
Yeah. I mean, I'll buy Reese's Pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Reese's Pieces are good. Yeah.
Did I get a rump out of that guy?
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Simmer down, James Woods.
Ooh, piece of candy.
My wife asked me, she's like, should we show E.T. to, my oldest son? No, not at all. No.
You get really threatening with that walkie-talkie.
I think you can find it without the walkie-talkies.
It's still a horrible show.
Oh, it's not good.
I mean,
did I at least get rid of that threatening long extended digit glowing tip?
No, but in the re-release, they showed Drew Barrymore as a 5-year-old doing coke, so that was kind of good.
Okay, all right.
And whoring herself out.
Jesus.
Oh,
Down the hall in Roy Moore's sex court.
Problem when I previewed...
It's not taping right now.
Oh, okay.
We're going to edit that out.
When I did preview that movie, there actually was a bad developed part on one of the reels.
Yeah.
Like this, if you remember the movie, the scene where the government comes in and they're wearing all the suits,
The white mask, the white hazmat suits.
The hazmat suits, they're coming in. At that point, it was all double exposed or something. It was only 30 seconds, less than a minute. But I was freaked out. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Man, Steven Spielberg really did a number on this.
So I had to order a new reel for it.
So I hope that answers your face-off question. Let's do some News of the Geek. So, this is coming in on our Twitter, Bad Ideas Podcast. Breaking news from Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666. He is evil. He states, is it a good idea that Daniel Bryan got medically cleared today to go back to wrestling after being off for 3 years?
Sure, why not?
He's had a lot of concussions. Supposedly a lot of doctors outside of the WWE cleared him about a year ago, but WWE didn't because he was having major neck and head issues.
Yeah, he broke his neck.
Well, yeah, and then his concussions were not good because he was doing a diving headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's going to go wrong is he's going to mess up his brain and possibly kill a bunch of people before killing himself.
But
that can go wrong.
But if we can get a Daniel Bryan versus Nakamura WrestleMania match, I'm all for it. I think that's a small price to pay.
Now, he'll be cleared to wrestle in WrestleMania?
Yes, he just got cleared today. I think part of it is because AJ Styles...
Was it a real doctor or a fake doctor?
Dr. Spock cleared him.
Dr. Spock was a real doctor?
Yes, true. A baby doctor. Actually, Dr. Phil cleared him, so it's perfectly fine. And who's the guy, the Dr. Oz? He cleared him too. Perfectly
Dr. Oz is actually a medical doctor.
Yeah, I don't trust anything he says.
He's a crook and a shyster,
yes,
but he's a medical doctor.
Allegedly.
Dr. Phil, I don't even think he's even a D doctor.
Well, he did change his first name to Doctor.
He's
so
a,
he
psycho-
technically,
he's a psychologist.
yes,
I don't think he's even got that.
He's not a psychiatrist. He's a psychologist.
yes.
He's whichever one isn't a real doctor.
Or he-
Psychologist.
Okay.
Maybe he's just psycho. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
How
But
does that make you feel?
Makes me feel like I want to punch the guy who created the TV show Bull.
so bad. It is so bad. Dr. Katz also cleared him too, so that was good.
Dr.
Yeah.
Quinn did too.
Did Dr. Jason Bull clear him?
Yes.
Yeah, you can bring in Quincy when it's all done.
Well, yes. So they did clear him. The rumor is because AJ Styles actually did get hurt at a house show because it's 2018. Let's have these wrestlers wrestle 300 days a year because that's smart. Fucking idiots. Cut them back. Anyway, so should he wrestle? No, he should not.
If he's medically cleared and he wants to do it,
Again,
why not?
I agree with you on that part. Personally, after suffering 3 major concussions, I would not do that.
We'll put it this way, though. They medically cleared Rocky Balboa to fight.
Yeah, that guy didn't really have much.
No, they didn't. Against Mason the Line Dixon, what didn't they medically clear him to
Yes,
fight?
they did.
They wouldn't clear him to fight in Rocky V.
Well, that was Vegas. He'll clear anybody to fight.
I really enjoyed Creed because the whole thing was Michael B. Jordan just spoon feeding Sylvester Stallone the whole movie. It's really about his adaptation to the retirement home, so that was nice.
I can't wait for the next one when he has to debate whether or not to pull the plug.
That's a 38-second movie. Okay, click.
I like noodles, that's like dip. Beep.
Wait, on the air?
Unfortunately, you only get this Tommy Morrison autographed picture. That's the only thing he has left. Don't I even get the robot? No!
No, Paulie still has the robot.
Paulie's dead in Creed. What? Yeah, he's dead. So, yeah.
Killed Paulie? It was bad enough you killed Adrian.
I think Paulie's dead. I don't know. I don't
Is
remember.
Rocky Jr. dead?
No, they don't acknowledge him.
Oh.
He did burn in a house fire because the crock pot was left on, so that's why.
Oh, yeah, he did die.
Yeah. Anyways, Adrian is dead, though, in it. So, big changes are currently, again, taking place behind the scenes of DC Films universe. Appears Flashpoint, the movie starring The Flash, is finally starting together.
What?
Starting to come together.
Flashpoint? So? Okay.
No, not the TV show. Spider-Man: Homecoming writers John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein were hired to direct the movie last month, and now report reveals that the hope is for it to start shooting in London in the second half of the year.
John Francis Daly, the guy from Freaks and Geeks?
Freaks and Geeks and Bones and yes, that's
Okay.
it.
The bad news is they hired the directors but no writers, so they don't have a script. But they're going to start filming by the end of the year, so that's good. It's expected to have a budget of over $100 million because it's DC, and plenty of time is being left for VFX works.
Meaning we can take out mustaches if need be.
Oh God, it's so bad. As there will
Or
be
back tattoos.
I still have yet to see Justice League.
I haven't yet. Yeah, we're going to get through that together, Jeff.
All right.
You know, you don't have to have Bruce Wayne topless. We could just put a shirt on him. That way we don't have to use special effects to get his tattoo out. Damn it, I need a topless Bruce Wayne. Damn it. Ben Affleck has a giant phoenix on his back. Let's see. There were also awful lot of it is... Oh, sorry. The special effects work, there will be an awful lot of it due to the Scarlet Speedster's unique abilities. Details on the plot are scarce, but that hashtag show says Cyborg, Ray Fisher, Billy Crudup, Henry Allen, and Iris West, all Kirst Clemens, all expected to appear, despite the fact...
Wait a minute, is that right?
What?
The character is named Billy Crudup and he's played by Henry Allen?
No, that should be
All the way
reversed.
around.
Okay. Because I'm like, Iris and Cyborg.
Anyways, Billy Crudup is playing himself in it.
Is he going to have a big blue penis?
Yes, but he's playing himself, so he just walks around. Billy, put some clothes on.
I got
But
a
it's blue.
It's a big blue penis.
Hashtag me too. Anyways, it
Yeah,
appears
that's a blue balls.
a number of roles need to be filled, including Officer Fred Kyrie, a Keystone Cop. Yeah, Keystone Cop. working with Barry Allen to investigate the death of Jonathan Chambers / Johnny Quick.
Johnny Quick.
Detective Jared Morolo is also set to appear, as are Caitlin Snow, Captain Cold, and Heatwave. You know, you could just hire them from the CW.
Yeah, see, they're all there.
Here's the kicker,
Except for
though.
maybe Johnny Quick. They don't have a Johnny Quick, do
No.
they?
No. I think in Legends they might have had a Johnny Quick.
I'm trying to remember. I could be mistaken. Isn't Johnny Quick like the guy from the bad universe?
Yes, I believe
He's
so.
like the evil universe where all the superheroes are actually evil.
Yes. And, yes. the
Johnny
good
Quick
guy-
is the speedster version
Yes.
in that.
I believe you're correct. Here's the kicker, then. This is the thing that interests me. Dr. Arthur Light will reportedly serve as Flashpoint's big bad guy.
Dr. Light, I can see that.
An unexpected choice and probably not who most of us expected. It said the film would include some references or potential flashbacks to Barry's accident, of course, because it's got to be an origin story.
Yeah.
An accident we're told that will include Eobard Thawne in an interesting way. It won't be the same without Reverse Flash, and it seems that this is going to be a very much Flash movie rather than a Justice League.
Well, that is all Flash-related characters.
Yeah.
And
They're
the
going
majority of them are actually in the Flash TV show, so...
They're going to reboot DC Universe films with this, right?
Oh, certainly.
Ben Affleck's gone after this.
Probably.
I thought he had one more.
This.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the Batman, but then the new director who did War of the Planet of the Apes is also writing it, and they said they're butting heads on it, so he's gone.
I didn't in Justice League. I didn't think he was that bad.
I haven't seen Justice League. I actually don't have a problem with Ben Affleck as Batman, as Bruce Wayne. The problem is, though, DC wanted to go different, have an older Batman, and then they realized, oh, we want future movies and we want a younger Batman. Well, that's your own dumb fault then.
You could. It's comics. You can reboot it if you want. No one, only nerds like us will care.
And we don't even care that much
And we'll
about
go
DC.
see it anyway.
Yeah.
Although we didn't go see that one yet,
No,
have we, Jack?
no. And we don't care.
Wait a minute. They can save Justice League with time travel.
Time travel.
That's
There
what
you
they're
go.
doing. That's what
Or you don't
Flashpoint
even need
is.
time travel. You can just say,
Refrigerator magnets.
different movie.
Well, Flashpoint issue is Thomas Wayne becomes Batman in it, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker. So I'm like, how do you not have Batman in it? Like, if it's going to be more Flash-centric, that's fine, but you got to have... The whole point of Flashpoint is to shake up everything. So, I'm just saying.
Or vibrate quickly.
Vibrate, yes. In a report from Reuters, which claims to have internal documents from Amazon that reveal not only production and marketing costs, but also the strategy Amazon uses to determine whether or not a show is successful. Thanks, Des Hassing, on this. It's called the cost per first stream approach, which analyzes the viewing habits of new Prime subscribers. The data reveals that Man in the High Castle Season 2 cost $107 million to produce, and it's not paying off the way the company wanted it to. Season 1 of Man in the High Castle cost $72 million to make, with an average first stream viewership of 1.15 million subscribers, which amounts to $63 per new subscriber. Season 2 cost more, had fewer subscribers, and it's cost $829 per new stream or news.
It said it had fewer new subscribers. I mean, eventually, there's only so many new people to sign up for.
Correct.
It. You're probably getting close to the number of people who are wanting to sign up for it anyway.
And don't you think, though, like, as you get new subscribers, you're also getting a lot more new content?
But I don't know. It feels like you're ignoring older subscribers if you're saying we're only doing this to get new people. How about to keep old people from canceling?
Well, Season 2's inflated budget and dwindling viewership could spell doom for the series going forward. CEO Jeff Bezos and his company aren't shying away from spending money, though, because they're developing prestige television series. Their 2-season investment in the upcoming Lord of the Rings prequel series could approach $500 million, which is 3 times the amount it cost to develop the first 2 seasons of Man in the High Castle combined. For fans of Man in the High Castle, Season 3 is getting...
It got
greenlit. Yeah, it's being made right now. That's on the next page. It will premiere in 2018, but it will also remain to see how long this financial model can prove successful for Amazon. Ultimately, it seems like Amazon's goal is just to get people back to the site regardless of what they're streaming, because as Bezos said in 2016, when we win a Golden Globe, it helps us sell more shoes.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you have depressing shows, you get people wanting to shop more.
You know...
Amazon Prime sells shoes?
Yeah.
There you go.
I've had.
You should be going to Zappos for your shoes anyway.
I go pets.com. Still waiting for them to relaunch. I will say that
yeah.
Amazon's Prime schedule, like
Being paid in Hobie IOUs, we go to Payless.
They take them.
Toys R
Interesting fact.
Another fun fact: Toys R Us does too. Now they're bankrupt. Did I read that they were $500 billion in debt or $5 billion in debt, whichever one? I don't even.
They went $5 billion in debt when investment firms decided that they wanted to take the company private. Mm-hmm. So they had to buy back all the stock, and they borrowed against that.
It's a good choice.
So they went $5 billion in debt to do so, and apparently they owe about $8 billion now because they could barely pay off their interest.
So how are they dwindling down? But Netflix is $12 billion in debt and still going fine.
Because Netflix is the future.
No!
A brick and mortar toy store is. Although they said their sales didn't drop even during the recession, their sales were at least even. Mm-hmm. But their debt was so big that they couldn't possibly ever pay.
Well, people were complaining that their stores are pretty awful looking, and they are. Like, they're rough. And they said they wanted to reinvest and redo all the stores, even make them smaller, but they couldn't have the money because they were paying off the interest on the debt.
Well, I know I used to work at Toys R Us for a couple of years. And after I left, they remodeled the store I was in, and I hated the remodel.
It's still, they haven't remodeled it since.
Yeah, I'll know. But, I mean, I hate it. You walked in, and you couldn't figure out where anything was.
Well, they said they wanted to remodel a lot of the stores because they had 1,000 stores, I think, or 1,200 in America. And they said they wanted to add kids' rooms and party rooms that you could rent out, which actually was pretty smart after they redid everything, so they could make money on the rentals and the birthday parties and that.
Oh,
they
God.
just never got a chance to do that. Could you imagine being a worker and doing that?
Oh, no. I'm so glad I wasn't working there when they did stuff like that.
They didn't get to that point because, you know, they went off of a horrible IKEA model. You walk in and you're trying to find whatever toy you're looking for, you couldn't find it.
But you did buy a couch,
But
so
you-
it worked out well.
Exactly.
I bought bunk beds. I couldn't find that Barbie, but I got bunk beds.
You know what's pretty funny? Me and the old lady, the female perspective, we're at IKEA last week looking at furniture and ideas for the house. And as soon as you walk in, there was these bins of little squeegees, little glass cleaners for 99 cents. She's like, I want one of these. She just grabbed it. And throughout the entire store, which, you know, it takes an hour to walk through
Yes.
because it's a maze.
I hate
I
IKEA.
pointed out.
Did you get meatballs?
No, I pointed out.
They're awful.
I pointed out 10 more bins of those 99-cent squeegees that were all throughout the store. And the best part was there was a bit of them by the cashiers. I said, see, you didn't even have to carry that damn thing. You could have just picked one up here at the checkout.
IKEA's rough to walk
Did
through.
it break yet?
No, I don't even think we can find it now. It's lost in the mess of stuff.
My wife likes going to IKEA. And we usually don't buy much there, but it's like, I dread it. And she's like, let's just get through this. And she's like, you're like a 10-year-old. I'm just like, are we done yet? This is awful, please.
Yeah, the best secret is trying to find the secret exits.
Yeah.
You cut through. Yeah.
The worst part about IKEA isn't going there to shop there. Isn't like paying for something there. It isn't even putting it together. It's that after you get it, you put it together and you look at it, you're like, oh shit, this is a piece of crap.
You're actually sitting in an IKEA chair, though, Jim.
Exactly.
There's a reason it's in the Bob Studios.
Hey, the IKEA Kallax bookshelves are the perfect shelves for board game collections.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
Thanks.
you go.
This episode of News of the Geek is sponsored by IKEA.
Or the worst part, Jim, after you put it together, you go, I could have bought this in one piece at Target.
Yeah.
Lastly, also, Pop Culture Podcast did have a question for us tonight. Will you miss Toys R Us? Speak of Toys R Us. Will you miss it?
No. Since I left there from working, no, I really didn't go back. Now, granted, I don't have children, so there are very few things I wanted to buy there, and their board game selections, when I was getting into, new board games, they didn't really keep up with. They just still did your Parker's Brothers and Milton Bradley crap. They didn't really do any of the designer board games there.
I won't talk bad. I will miss them because our local one is about 50% off now. some 80%. Let me tell you, we got lots of giveaways for the Cincinnati Comic Expo this year. We got lots of prizes for if you play us in trivia at our booth. We got lots of prizes, courtesy of Toys R Us.
Can we make our own Hobie mystery boxes?
Oh, we might.
Yeah, charge $100 for it.
Everybody's just going to pay in IOUs. You know what? You come up and give us an
license then.
Yeah, we don't have vendor license.
We'll
sorry.
walk to a vendor and put our box in there and sell it.
We'll get Dev to do it.
No, he's going to have something else different in that box. I'm not touching it.
We're going to get Source Point Press to sponsor it.
Anyways, finally, from comicbookmovie.com, Justice League, speaking of that movie, run at the worldwide box office is finally at an end and has now made a total of $657.9 million worldwide. Notable contrast to what the Avengers made in 2012, $1.5 billion. There's a difference, though. Avengers was the first team-up superhero movie back then.
And it was well done.
Yeah, well, yeah. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Martha was widely expected to be a $1+ billion hit, but it made only $873.6 million. What all this means, though, is that Justice League is the lowest-grossing DC film movie to date. That's a good sign. An embarrassing result for Warner Brothers, which goes a long way in explaining why this division is now being shaken up.
Really? It's lower than Green Lantern?
I don't think that's part of the DC universe.
Don't say DC Universe, it's just DC Film.
DC universe. It also points to Justice League sequel being very long off. So there you go.
Bye sequel.
On a side note, because I really don't care about Justice League, I will miss Toys R Us because I will miss taking my kids into a toy store. I love going into toy stores and looking.
There's still other toy stores.
Yeah, but they're like expensive, most of them. Is there a Children's Palace around?
Yeah, those went away a long time ago.
Johnny's Toys?
Johnny's
KB Toys? Johnny's just around. There's a Johnny's around.
Children's Palace.
KB's is gone.
Children's Palace, that's the one that used to have the towers and the castle wall.
Yeah.
I always thought that was pretty cool.
I did cool. I did.
When
I
was a
worked
kid.
there before I worked at Toys R Us. I worked
Did
there
you?
as from a couple of, Christmases away from when I was in college. Christmas and summer breaks, I worked at Children's Palace. And then they disappeared, and Toys R Us opened nearby, so I went there instead.
How is Toys R Us failing and GameStop is still alive? God, fuck that place.
Because GameStop pays you 13 cents for a game and sells it for $8?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's a better model.
Yeah. Let's go to some box office news. Oh, we got some friends first.
Hey, this is Liz.
And this is Heather,
And we are Nerdy Bitches Podcast.
a show where two geeky ladies podcast their way through pop culture.
From movies and TV to our regular book club and everything in between, we bring you our favorite fandoms with a feminine eye.
We're talking Star Wars, Star Trek, Harry Potter, DC, Marvel, comic books, and anime.
And don't forget sci-fi, fantasy, action movies, video games, D&D, board games, and so much more.
Be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, or wherever you find awesome podcasts.
You can also find us hanging out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and at nerdybitches.com.
Talk to you soon.
Jeff, what are you doing September 14th through 16th?
I'm going to the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Hobie will be there. It's at the Duke Energy Convention Center. Again, September 14th through the 16th. You can get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Also look at their Facebook page, Cincinnati Comic Expo, because they announce new guests every week, usually on Tuesdays, which is nice because we
can report them.
Alejandro Rosado from Oh Yeah Comics will be there this year. So he's the newest one. He's a graphic illustrator and publisher. He's been there before, I believe. Also, winter is coming to the expo, right?
Yes,
Am I correct?
Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Thank you. I don't know Game of Thrones, but yes, that's it. Local artist David Michael Beck will be there. He's coming back to the Cincinnati Comic Expo. Also, Carl Urban was just announced last week.
Boom! There you go, bitches. Carl effing Urban.
We might even have Nikki from New Zealand show up because of that. So yeah, Carl Urban will be there from Judge Dredd, Star Trek, Thor. He was in Thor. He was in Game of Thrones, wasn't he?
No.
Okay, well, I thought so. Anyways, moving on. Lord of the Rings. He was in Lord of the Rings.
That
That's what
he
it
was
is.
definitely in Lord
There
of
you
the
go.
Rings.
And I forgot all about this. He was in the Riddick series.
Oh, yeah. He was in the Chronicles of Riddick.
It's been a long time since Smelled Beautiful.
Actually, I was pretty impressed because I was like, oh, he's that guy. Oh, wait, and he's that guy. Oh, and he's that guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, wow, that's pretty impressive.
He's pretty much, he's the fanboys' patron saint right about now because he's in everything, yeah.
Also, Jose Delbo, who drew Wonder Woman and Transformers back in the late 80s and that. First appearance at the Expo since 2011. He will be back. And also, Kobe Smulders will be there too. From How I Met Your Mother. She's Maria Hill in Avengers. And she is in the Netflix show, right? The Friends show?
Friends from College.
There you
She's in
go.
that.
So,
and the Slammin' Salmon.
Yes, she is. Can we get her autographed that DVD?
That would be great.
The Slam and Salmon DVD? I like it.
I'll bring it.
Good job, Jim. Yes, so September 14th through the 16th at the Duke Energy Convention Center. Check out CincinnatiComicExpo.com. And Hobie says hello.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right. This week's box office report, we're going straight to the top 5 because nothing really bombed this week. Number 1. What's the number 1 again, Jay?
Black Panther.
How many weeks is that number 1?
5 weeks. First time since Avatar did it in 2009.
All right. So next week when they're the 6th.
They have a shot, and we'll talk about that at the end of this segment.
Will that then go back to even previous? Does that break Avatar?
I will check.
Made $27 million, a total of $605.5 million here domestically on its $200 million budget.
Bomb.
Tomb Raider, I think they didn't make as much as the I was going to say network. No, the studio wanted, but it still made a decent $23.5 million.
The reason this is not... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, out of $94 million budget.
Bomb.
It was not a bomb. Well, it is national, domestically. International made $101 million, but they said they were disappointed. They were hoping for like $30 million. They wanted it to take down Black Panther. Yeah. That was never going to happen.
And apparently it was huge in China.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider was big in China. I Can Only Imagine made $17 million in its opening weekend of $7 million.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It made more than double its budget back.
I Can Only Imagine is a Christian-based movie.
Good, because I didn't know what it was about. I Can Only Imagine.
I forget who's in it. It might be Kevin Sorbo. I don't know. But it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's Kevin Sorbo, definitely.
Yes.
Right until proven wrong.
That's right. And Kirk Cameron.
Together. Ooh.
So let me...
Fighting Satanism one movie at a time.
He's now fighting social media with kids and teenagers and that, which is a good cause. Like, they're addicted to their phones. I ended up watching like a 10-minute thing for it, like a free trailer for his movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was so bad. And I can't stop watching him. And he's so bad. I can't do it. I just can't stop. I can't.
You saw the video where him and his friend told you why the banana is proof that God exists.
Yes, because it's a perfect thing. And you know what? The funny thing is, after I watched the trailer or whatever, the 10 minutes of I Wish I Had My Life Back, about his new film.
I had my life back. That's his new film.
Yes, that is. I actually ended up watching the banana video again, and I was like, "Oh dear God, Kirk, go away."
Okay, I do got the I Can Only Imagine plot summary. The inspiring and unknown true story behind Mercy Me's beloved chart-topping song that brings ultimate hope to so many is a gripping reminder of the power of true forgiveness.
That's a Christian band, isn't it?
Yes, Mercy Me is a Christian band.
Oh, yes. I thought it was some girl named Mercy Me. Mercy Me's.
Mercy! Is that French?
Oh, yeah. Mercy Me. Didn't they play at the ballpark after a ball game a couple years back?
I think they were at Lollapalooza.
Yeah, yes.
And so on the top billed cast, the person I recognize is Trace Adkins.
Also, Dennis Quaid is in it. And also Cloris Leachman.
Ooh.
So there you go.
All right. Number 4 this week, we have A Wrinkle in Time. It made another $16.5 million, a total of $61 on a $100 million budget.
That's struggling.
It is struggling. We don't know internationally. Does that have much international flair?
It's doing okay, but they said Disney is kind of worried because they put like $200 million into marketing.
Okay, you paid twice as much for marketing than you did to making the film?
So it's not making its money back.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about the problem with it is because they marketed people, not the story?
Yes. Yeah.
I believe Cloris Leachman is playing the same character she does in the television show
Maude?
Raising Hope.
Raising Hope.
She plays Mima. No joke.
She does. Awesome. You know, Cloris Leachman is not on the Hollywood Stock Exchange. I looked. Anyways, moving on.
And Love, Simon made $11.5 million in its opening weekend on a $17 million budget.
They said they wanted a little bit more because it was getting good reviews.
Yeah.
And but they said that they hope it sticks around because there's not many other teen comedy, romantic
No,
comedies.
there really
out
aren't.
there. So, what else we got coming up here?
We've got Pacific Rim Uprising.
Why?
Sherlock Gnomes. And no, I didn't mispronounce that one like the first one. That's actually the name of it.
I didn't even bother to look that up. I saw Sherlock
It's a cartoon.
Gnomes and I went, no.
And
Did you say gnome?
I said, no.
and Paul, Apostle of Christ.
Yeah.
So we're getting the Easter stuff out now.
I know. When I think Easter, I think Pacific Rim.
And Sherlock Gnomes.
Does anyone care about Pacific Rim?
No.
No, not really. They didn't want to see it the first time it was out.
It was not. It was not as good as it should have been.
Well, I the first one I was intriguing because
Yes.
you did have
Charlie Hunnam.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, you had a named director attached to it.
And then Charlie Hunnam, Idris Elba. Pretty good cast in there. Who's this one going to star? Charlie Day?
No, this has John Boyega, Finn,
John Boyega, yeah.
and Charlie Day. So, Charlie Day can't carry your movie. You're in trouble.
Let's take the Star Wars guy and mash him up with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia janitor. We can't miss. Well, I don't think it's a good idea, but we'll have giant fighting robots.
And we'll spend $130 million to make it.
And giant
God.
alien creatures.
I want to know what the budget is for this. Anyways, what else we got?
Oh, on Paul, Apostle of Christ, I'm intrigued because you get Jesus himself, Jim Caviezel, playing Luke.
Well, I'm going to be confused.
Wait a minute. No.
Is this canon in the Jesus universe?
I thought you said he's going to make a cameo appearance.
Got any Band-Aids for my hands?
Boo.
So is this Jesus canon? Because I'm going to be confused if he's playing two different characters.
I don't know.
In the Passion universe, I need to know if this is canon.
I'm still confused who Chris Evans is supposed to be in the Marvel universe.
I think it's pretty explanatory. He's Captain America, not the Human Torch.
He's Torch Boy.
I'm still confused as who Chris Klein is in the Street Fighter universe. I'm still confused by that.
And not only that, Michael B. Jordan is also not Torch Boy. He's Killmonger.
Well, the three billboards outside Ebbing was funny because it's directed and written by Martin McDowell, and who was M. Bison in the Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
yes.
Really? He wrote and directed that?
The whole time I kept thinking, oh God, I'm liking a film by M. Bison. I can't do this. That's all I kept thinking about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yes, he did do that. So, okay. What do we got buy sell?
We have Dennis Quaid.
Ooh.
Quato.
He is at $17.56 on the Hollywood Stock Exchange. Mm-hmm. By comparison, Frank Langella is at $13.33.
So when they make The Rookie 2 and Masters of the Universe 2, their stock's going to go up.
I'm hoping to buy Dennis Quaid so I can get Randy Quaid to show up. And then turn him into the U.S. government and get whatever type of reward is out for him.
How old is Frank Langella now?
83.
Yeah. And he's yeah, sure. I was just saying, he's just about the same price as Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Basically, an actor that can kick the can about any time.
80. Look at that.
Close.
Fuck yeah, I was close.
But Frank Langella's been in some quality movies.
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
and a terrible one, Masters of the Universe.
It's true. After Dreamscape, it was all downhill for Dennis Quaid.
Dreamscape. Our intern Rocket this week said, please thanks for these great comparisons, because it took them about 20 minutes for Rocket to find comparisons to Dennis Quaid and the next one.
The next one is...
Oh, wait, are we all buying or selling? I'm buying.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get to that point.
I'll buy for $17. I'll buy a stock.
Yeah, I think I'm selling it.
He'll be in a Marvel film sometime.
I think I have bet as him just being a... he's not even, like...
I mean, he's...
a main character in that film. On the list of people in the thing, he is like 47.
But he's the biggest name in the film.
I'm just getting a text from Rocket, our intern, and he did say that if he knew Trace Adkins was in it, he would have put him down. He also did say that 2 other people in front of Dennis Quaid were not on the Hollywood Stock Exchange yet, so he apologizes.
I would probably sell because, he's just going to be a side character. I don't see him carrying anything.
I would sell because he's taking bit roles
in Christian films?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm going to sell my Dennis Quaid stock and buy Frank Langella stock, because when Langella kicks off, you're going to make money on the homages to him.
You know what? I'm going to take your bet. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to sell Dennis Quaid. I'm buying Frank Langella. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, next, buying sell, Alicia Vikander, the new Lara Croft. She's at $48.47. Comparison, Jennifer Lawrence is at $64.46.
Man, that's an undervalued Jennifer Lawrence stock.
Yeah, we discussed that a couple weeks ago, I think.
I'm still going to buy Jennifer Lawrence stock, too. I think I'll also pick up some...
I'll pick up Alicia Vikander. I mean, she's, she's nominated, like, yearly for, like, stuff in the Oscars.
That was good. That was good job.
Yeah. Showed up in the Jason Bourne movie, Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Machina.
Blake, you buying or selling?
I'm selling.
Okay.
This is it.
I'm gonna say
she does Lara Croft. It's all downhill from here.
I'll buy.
She goes back and forth. I know she'll do like Lara Croft movie, but then she'll do a drama that gets respect, and I think she's got a long career ahead of her.
There's your buy sell. I just got a text from our intern Rocket. He said, "Fuck you all for this week."
Good. Rocket's fired. Just because I hate the name Rocket.
Damn, I gotta hire somebody new.
Make sure Severance pays IOUs.
Top 5, Jeff.
Top 5. That's what that music means.
What is it this week?
Our top 5 this week. Let me see what the official word that Rocket put down on the... let me find it. I lost it.
I got top 5 favorite hangouts in television. Like bars, restaurants, houses, just some place to hang out.
Places where people hang out that were on television.
So, Jeff, what's your number 5 this week?
Oh, I'm going to have to open my
Never
list.
mind. Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5? Gotta Hobie this shit.
Oh, of course.
Let's go to Elzar's Fine Cuisine from Futurama.
Okay.
The Drunken Clam from Family Guy. And everybody's favorite Moe's from The Simpsons.
So your animated list.
Animated list is my number 5.
Okay. Drunken Clam was a honorable mention for me.
Okay.
And too bad you'll never be able to go to those places because they're not real.
Neither is wrestling. That doesn't stop us from talking about it.
Neither is Game of Thrones.
My number 5.
Oh, we're going this way.
Oh, wait, what also didn't make it on the was the Broken Stool. No, the Cleveland Show one didn't make it.
What about Bob's Burgers? Does that make it?
No.
Okay.
They work there. They don't hang out there.
Number 5, because it's a place I feel like they would accept me. I'm picking Cheers.
My number 1.
Wow. Okay.
Is it? Wait a minute. Hold on. No, it's my number 2.
Okay.
Number 2.
It's on my list, but I didn't number my list. I just wrote a bunch of them out. I didn't rank them yet.
It would have been on my list, but everybody's going to say it, so...
But I thought about not putting it on for that, but I'm like, no, but, a group that has Cliff Clavin in it, I wouldn't even be the dorkiest guy in the group.
I
So
felt like
Debatable.
Oh, come on. What about Paul? Paul's there, too.
Okay, Paul.
I just want you to know I've been to Boston. I've been to the bar.
I have
that is
too.
culture. There's no room for a live studio audience.
No. That place, you're like in a tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bar was also much, much bigger in the show than it was in real life.
The only thing realistic about it is the little stairwell that goes down. I mean, it's not the actual.
What was it called?
size.
The Bull and Finch.
Bull and Finch.
Bull and Finch.
Which they have since gotten rid of that name and just named it Cheers.
Yeah, because it's a little touristy.
Because that's what everyone knows it as anyway.
I thought you were going to say Blue Oyster Bar.
No, that's movies.
That's movies.
Oh, that's
television.
right.
Wait, is Gary's on your list then?
I don't know what Gary's is.
The bar that they competed Gary's West
Side?
No.
Gary's, that is the
Gary's Old Town Tavern?
Yes.
Yes.
Forgot
No,
about
Gary's
that.
isn't on my list because I wouldn't fit in with the Gary's crowd.
My number 5 is Jitters, the coffee shop in the Flash TV series. I don't want Central Perk because they look like assholes, and there's this whole
Pretentious assholes.
yeah, and these click team group of people are sitting on the couch all the
Yeah,
time.
you wouldn't
Fuck
be able to
them.
sit on the couch because they're occupying
We got
all the time.
reserved. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like when people tried to sit on the futons at the doghouse, they couldn't get in because Jason was passed out on it.
Moving on!
And we drew on his face.
And number 5, Jitters. Blake, what you got? Number 5.
I was
Say
cheers. Cheers is my number 5.
Did you do a number 5? Did you?
He just said he didn't put them in order.
I didn't put them in order. I just wrote a bunch
since
down.
Cheers was taken, he's throwing it at 5.
I'm
correct.
so glad Jason pays attention to what Blake says.
I just think you ignore me.
I just changed his batteries. Okay, leave me alone.
The Blake bot is now officially working.
What's your number 4, Blake? Bot.
I'm going to give you 3 choices.
Okay.
The second one.
Go second.
All right, the second one, I hobied it.
Okay.
Actually, they're from the same TV show.
Okay.
Bluth's original Frozen Banana Stand and Jerry Pivens. And Jeremy Piven. Do you remember the club and Jeremy Piven?
Yes.
I don't. I'm going to have to go back.
And Jeremy Piven.
Have you seen Entourage? The entrance to Entourage, they like have everybody's names up in lights and everything, and it said and Jeremy Piven, and it was the lights of like a club. So they actually had one of those.
A club was called and Jeremy.
Yeah, and Jeremy Piven.
I missed that joke.
But Jason, you know why I said the banana stand?
Because there's always money
in the banana stand. And
No.
hammocks.
Because frozen chocolate covered bananas are really good.
My number 4, Jeff will appreciate this. May not know it though right away. Companion House Madrasa. That is in Firefly. It's Inara Sarah's training ground and main house where she's from. She is a woman, a companion.
Wow.
Monica.
Not Monica.
No, who's the
Maureen
yes.
From Deadpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is her companion house.
Karen?
Yes.
Karen, yeah.
It is her companion house in Firefly. I would love to hang out there.
I thought you were about to say Littlefinger's brothel.
Where's
I discussed that when I was coming up with I didn't look up the name of it because he didn't call it Littlefinger because he didn't like being referred to
It's
as
true.
Littlefinger.
Mockingbird.
What's your number 3 or 4, Jeff?
My number 4 is the Pot Circle in Foreman's Basement in that 70s show.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Did you include the hub?
No, I did not include the hub. The hub, nothing on my list is going to be like a
Pretentious.
teenage hangout, except for maybe the Pot Circle in the basement.
No peach pit.
No peach pit. Nope.
Jeff
nope,
or Jim,
nope,
we know
nope.
that Jeff has a restraining order. There's a restraining order against him. He can't go.
Yeah, I'm not allowed in the hub.
Yeah.
What's your number 4, Jim?
Mine is Chubby's from My Name is Earl.
Okay.
Chubby. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, the strip bar where she bounces.
It's also the name of the club in Boy Meets World.
Yes, it is.
The restaurant.
It's spelled differently. It's E's in Boy Meets World.
Oh. What's your number 3?
I hobied this one. Mm-hmm. I will go with the Snake Hole Lounge and JJ's Diner.
They had those as honorable mentions, both of them.
Both from Parks and Rec.
Okay, I was trying to think.
JJ's Diner has the best waffles ever.
That's true.
And the Snake Hole Lounge did give us the best meme ever of Ron Swanson dancing with the little pillbox hat.
Yes.
Would you like a salad, sir? Am I a rabbit? No. Then I do not want a salad. Good. Jeff, sorry, number 3.
My number 3 is the P3 Club in Charmed.
Okay.
They get some good live music coming through there, and I can always just stare at Alyssa Milano all
Third
night
Eye
long.
Blind played there.
They did?
And Ralph Garman was one of the DJs.
Oh, yeah, Ralph Garman did several roles in
Yeah.
that show.
My number 3 was Pop's Chocolate Shop from Riverdale.
Yeah, I saw that in common.
why
actually-
wouldn't that be number 1 for you, Jason?
Well, you know,
Because this show sucked.
Because they don't serve alcohol.
you know what? Here's the thing.
He wanted to get the shit from us out of the way.
It was
real
an
quick.
honorable mention. And then some assholes on Twitter said, "Oh, I bet you it's going to be on Brigger's list. You know, Riverdale. Fuck you. It's on my list now, bitches." So I moved up to 3.
You're just playing into their hands.
Yeah, I know. I'm very weak-minded. It's okay.
At least you can admit it.
So what you're trying to do is please your fans.
Yes. What's your
Fan.
What's your number 3?
Just
Number 1. Do the first one.
all right, Patty's Pub.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
That's right. I like Patty's Pub.
I just think I fear for my life if I was actually
Yeah, that
there.
would be actually very entertaining.
I'd fear
Don't
for
you
my
think?
life. Well,
I'd help myself.
3 things would happen.
Yeah.
I would be hurt. Well, the thing is, I don't think I've ever seen anybody pay at Patty's Pub, so that would be the bonus.
But there are people that drink there that aren't actually part of the show. They're background people. But they actually are there.
yeah,
But you have a chance to play
very
Charlie
rare.
McDennis.
yeah, that
true.
would scare me
Play
though.
Charlie McDennis.
I've seen people get hurt playing Charlie McDennis. I would be worried about
Being thrown in a dog cage.
or possibly being
Drinking
busted in an underage party because
That could be an issue.
Well, you could be entertained by a talent show.
Yes, you could.
she jumping on a trampoline. I'll go to Chubby's.
No, didn't they have the talent show thing
Yes.
with the D?
Yeah.
Probably did.
They had the talent show. They
gang
had
fucks
dance
with D?
contests.
Yeah, so
they had dance contest.
Yeah.
They had like
The McPoyle brothers might show up.
Big Poyle Brothers may show up.
Drinking
It's
milk.
true.
I still say the underage one was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
This place is hopping.
It took them forever to realize they were underage.
You know?
What's your
Hey, you know, Mac
Trying to do a
could,
gay bar for a
This would
little
be-
bit.
They did.
yeah.
you could have Mac do some karate moves on you. You
The
know?
gay bar they did pay.
Yes.
They were making
right.
money when it was a
Yes.
gay bar. You're right.
Blake, what's your number 2? Go with your last one.
Go with my last one. The O Club for MASH.
Okay.
Yeah, the biggest problem with that is it's in the middle of a war zone.
Yeah, but you were able to drink back then. Can't do it
Oh,
nowadays.
you can't do it. Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather just hang out in the swamp and drink their homemade distilled.
Yeah, you can go blind.
Yeah, well, why not?
Why not?
My number
Get
2.
you out.
If you go deaf, you can look behind Blake's house.
Yeah. That's right.
Just keep it down.
Just be quiet.
What? Damn. I hate it when they tap dance.
What?
Number 2. Cheers. Jeff, what's your number 2?
We already said that.
I know that. I know. I said that. It was on the board. Simmer down over there. At least I put them in order.
My number 2 is the Boar's Nest
What's that from?
from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
God.
Boar's Nest.
And
yeah, I
you can
forgot
have
about
Catherine
that.
Bach as Daisy Duke come wait on me all night long.
How about
Or
Jessica,
Jessica
Simpson?
Simpson.
Well, that's the movie. We're talking television, but either way.
Okay.
Fat Jessica Simpson.
Unfortunately, Nick Lachey is with her.
How you go hang out with Lachey's? Oh, no, you can't.
no.
It closed.
Jim, what's your number 2?
I hope he does one. I put The Hub, just for Jeff.
Okay.
And Maggie's from The Ranch.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but then you might get raped by Danny.
No, I wouldn't. I got a beard.
That's true. Never mind. Allegedly. What's your number 1?
Oh, that just went right by me real quick.
Danny Masterson, the guy from the 70s show. He's in The Ranch. Well, was until he got fired because about 12 people came forward saying that he raped them.
Oh.
So he's now being investigated pretty thoroughly. Allegedly, again.
But they are going to finish make another season.
Yeah, they're saying
Chris
Dak Shepard.
Masterson?
Dak Shepard.
Oh.
Dak Shepard.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is The Griffin from The New Girl. So you can go ahead and you can play a true American.
I don't know that. I don't know New Girl.
Oh.
It's going right over my head again.
Yep.
Yeah.
True American was a drinking game that they invented that...
Oh, you didn't understand the rules.
Yeah, and so they pretty much... And you're not allowed to explain the rules to anybody. You just have to play.
I like that.
And they have actually established, like, rules, and, like, our niece has true American parties where they play.
Oh, really?
Yes. The floor is lava. You can't.
Oh, yeah,
step on
floor is
it.
lava in it. Yeah, that's definitely one of the rules.
There's the Bill Clinton version when it's a strip tease when you have to take off clothes.
I like this. Jeff loses his pants. Jeff, what's your number one?
My number one is the Lido deck on the Love Boat.
Isaac, best bartender
You
in
get the
television.
Best bartender in television waiting on you while you can
Forgot
watch all
about
the
that.
bikini-clad women.
And celebrities.
And get life advice from them, too. That's right.
And Chara will stop by every once in a while.
Chara.
Coochie, coochie.
Unfortunately, you end up at Fantasy Island and it just ends up bad, so...
I am Mr. Rohr, your host.
I just want a chocolate chip cookie. That's your fantasy? Yes. I want a chocolate chip cookie. How dare you? Let's see here.
Hey, weren't you on the island of the man with the golden gun?
Look at my abs.
Con? Wait.
Number one, because I always love a good deli. Monk's Cafe. Good deli food and a diner and that. So, from Seinfeld. It's nice, laid back.
I like the show, but I wouldn't want to hang out at Monk's.
Yeah, a lot of women come in. You could get a lot of numbers there. Back me up.
I don't remember.
I don't know if I
Oh,
can
yeah.
back you up on that. I mean, they sat around and ate.
No, but there's a lot of women.
Well,
in
wait
there.
a minute.
a whole lot of
There would be
bikini-clad
the
women.
cashier with the long fingernails that would scratch your back.
Oh.
Miss
Yes.
George, I'm unemployed. I'm 33 and I live at home.
I live with my parents.
Hello. What's your number one, Blake?
I mean, the one that I haven't said yet.
Yes.
That's the one.
Al's Diner from Happy Days.
Or Arnold's.
Or Arnold's.
Arnold. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Arnold's
Arnold's.
Diner. Al's.
It became
Well,
Arnold's.
hold on. Yeah,
It was
I'm
Arnold's
tired.
After it burned down and they rebuilt it, it was Fonzie and Big Al's, which then they went back and recalled it Arnold's again. Because Fonzie and Big Al couldn't figure out on what to name it.
Wow. Any honorable
Is
mentions
that
real
when
quick?
Fonzie jumped the shark?
I thought you were saying Mel's Diner from Alice.
No,
is what I
no,
thought you
I'm
were
sorry.
going
It was
for.
after he built the
Yeah, that was long after he jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Long after he built his...
the motorcycle blind.
that might have been about the
Yeah.
same time. When
I
he was-
can't see! Move my motorcycle!
Okay, honorable mentions. I got the Royal Diner from Bones.
Okay.
Let's see. Cafe Nervoso from Frasier.
Oh,
They don't serve alcohol at those places. I couldn't hang out there.
And 10 Forward
what's that from?
Star Trek Next Generation.
You could have Whoopi Goldberg give you advice. I'd rather have Isaac.
Is it the hologram bar?
No, it's just the bar.
Chris Richardson at 365 Flicks had Central Perk and Friends, The Bronze and Buffy, The Drunken Clam and Family Guy, Fangtasia and True Blood. Ooh, that would be kind of fun. Of course, you might get eaten.
Fantasia in True Blood. No,
And Cork's Bar in Deep Space Nine.
I thought it was Merlots in True Blood.
Fantasia.
From Dev, the side guy. He
Where
had
was Merlots?
Would you
Might
shut
get
up?
both.
Oh, okay. No, I won't shut up.
Beacon Street Pizza from Two Guys and a Girl.
I love that answer.
Unfortunately, you also have two girls and a cup.
Well,
Is there
the problem with that was they only did that in the first season, and it was actually a pretty boring hangout.
2 girls, a guy in a pizza place?
No, 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza.
Yes, exactly.
Eric Foreman's
So,
Basement. That's 70 show.
two guys, a girl that looks like Sandy Duncan in a pizza place.
Kind of got one eye. Eric Foreman's Basement from that 70s show. Moe's Tavern and The Drunken Clam. He hobied that shit. Monk's Restaurant from Seinfeld. And number one, Patty's Club.
And McLaren's.
And McLaren's Pub from How I Met Your Mother. And Cheers. He hobied that too.
I will say I did honorable mention from How I Met Your Mothers, but I honorable mentioned Puzzles.
I don't know that one.
Why
is it
puzzles?
That's the puzzle. It's the bar that Ted and Barney wanted to make.
Oh.
And I would love to hang out at Puzzle.
Moving on. Honorable mentions from Dev. He had Superior Donuts
Meh.
from Superior Donuts. Bluff's Frozen Banana Stand.
Bluth.
Whatever.
Bluth, yeah.
Arnold's, and JJ's Diner from Parks and Rec. From Brian Hackney. He had Cooper's from King of Queens. Nope. Monk's from Seinfeld. The Regal Beagle from Three's Company. The Bada Bing from Sopranos. Of course, you're going to get shot. And Snake Hole Lounge from Parks and Rec. Honorable mention, Patty's Pub. And the Max from Saved by the Bell.
When I was doing this list, I thought of the Regal Beagle, and then I realized how depressing of a place that is.
It's like Fox and Hounds.
The Regal Beagle kind of reminds me of for the locals here of the main entrance.
Like where all the old people go?
No, you go to the place because
maybe because the main entrance still looks like the Regal Beagle did in the 70s.
You show up there because you feel down and depressed, and you look at the people who are drinking there, and your self-esteem immediately goes up because you are not them.
And then you go date a model. Let's see, Randall Holt, 666. He had Phil's from Murphy Brown. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Cheers, the Regal Beagle, the Officers Club from MASH, and Moe's Tavern. Besotted Geek had the Monkey Bar from Tales of the Golden Monkey. He also hobied it with Louie's Place from Tailspin. He hobied that. Did you know that Baloo is trying to find his way home, but he can never get there?
Yeah, I saw that.
Regal Beagle from Three's Company. 10 Forward from Star Trek Next Generation. Quark Spar from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Don't know what that shit is. Rick Spar from Magnum P.I. And Cheers.
Yeah, I forgot about Rick Spar.
And we
Rick's
also have
is a
one
good
more.
place.
Kevin from Cincy Explorer had Cheers, Central Perk, Poor Richards,
That's from The Office.
Monk's Cafe, and the Half Day Cafe and Home Improvement. But I don't think it really has a official name. So there you go. So there
Home
is your...
Improvement hung out somewhere?
Yeah, I do remember that a little bit. Not much, but there you go.
What, the backyard with
Wilson?
Wilson?
I would take Kevin's Bar in The Office, too.
Yes.
That's a good one. Let's see here. Did you know Toby was a Scranton Strangler? Anyways.
I don't think he really was, because there was that one episode where he went to visit the guy in jail.
He told them he was innocent and he was the killer, and that's why he strangled him. I'm telling you, that's what happened.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
He said, I was on the jury, but I was really the guy who did it, and that's
Yes.
why you're in jail. Ha ha ha.
Yep.
And the first thing he did was
Strangle
someone.
So anyways, that's your episode of Hobie. Thanks for listening. Bad idea of the week number 725. Smelling a 40 or a 30-year-old Mossman figure from He-Man.
You did that today, didn't you?
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum title for the show.
You got any?
I got They Didn't Move the Bodies.
I had Pit of Snakes.
Ooh, I like Pit of Snakes. Tangents. I Hate Chad. And Make a Decision, Chad.
I had Make a Decision, Chad, and They Didn't Move the Bodies. I Wish I Had My Life Back. And Lobot on a Segway.
Lobot on a Segway. Boop. I did like They Didn't Move the Bodies, and I like Make a Decision, Chad.
I do like Make a Decision, Chad. I also like Pit of Snakes.
I do like Pit of Snakes. What do you think, Jim?
Make a decision, Chad.
Okay, we made a decision.
There, that was one of the quickest ones we ever did.
And Blake just left, so let's talk bad about him.
Blake.
I'm a Blake bot. I'm Blake bot.
0 chance I show up to the
Expo.
Well, if I do show up, I'm going to be off.
I'll be in the green room the whole time drinking.
I'll be honest, we just did a 2-hour podcast. I'm all tired out of jokes.
Blake. I'm done.
I'm done. Blake.
You've been listening to Hobie.